gonna earn my hair and all that jazz. But I wanted to talk about the nail saga. If you've been following along, I wore nail polish for the first time in like years. I've talked before about how doing my nails means so much more than just having cute nails. For being on social media all the time, I want my nails to look decent. I want my fingers to be hot pink. Anyways, I put on the nail polish I showed you. It stayed on amazingly. I wish I had found that when I was younger and doing my nails regularly, because I was always so irritated at how much effort I would put into putting on nail polish and all this stuff, and it would be chipped within 2 days and like coming off, and like bad chip, not like, oh, no one will notice, like everyone's gonna notice. Okay, it looks like I've been keeping it on for 3 weeks, and I don't know if it's because I just have slippery nails. I don't know. My just didn't go well together. Never found a nail polish that could stay on, and I got my nails done professionally, all the things, many years, you know, I'm a girl. I liked the nail polish for the most part as far as staying power. I felt like it bubbled a lot, and it was a cute color. It was iridescent, very fun. It was a very fun nail polish, especially for coming back to wearing nail polish for the first time in forever. The smell just took me out. It smelled for a couple days. I got a headache, and then like a headache migraine thing. So to do that with the smell and the nausea and I was like, yeah, this isn't worth it. Just this alone, not worth it. And then I also had quite a bit of anxiety about it, which I expected because it was the first time that I had done it in years, and I have so many reactions to so many random things. And so I was just worried about it, and, you know, thinking about what if I end up in the hospital and they're like, we need you to get this off, and I don't know, just silly little things just gave me some anxiety. I'm not going to say I have PTSD from all of the things that I've been through and being in the hospital and all the crazy experiences and pain that my body has put me through. No, that's for my therapist to say, so you can call her. That kind of anxiety, I feel like, about a new thing, it just diminishes when you do the new thing a little bit more and get used to it, and you have to like kind of work through it. At least it does for me. Like I need that exposure therapy, and then learn how to work through this particular thing. So that wasn't too crazy. However, trying to get it off, my cute little husband used nail polish remover that I had, and he was going at it. He was trying to hold my fingers right. We kept readjusting all the things. One could not get the nail polish off. It was still like so on there, and that was like an hour. Okay, like that's not normal. So maybe it's because it was like acetate. It is acetate, but it's not acetone. Whatever. Didn't work. So then I was like, go back to the store and get the acetone one, because he was scrubbing my nails so much and he was holding them for so long that my fingers, which subluxe, you know, they come out of the sockets and do all sorts of things and it hurts. They were in screaming pain. And that alone was like, I can't do this to my body again. This doesn't seem like a wise choice, you know? This is the shirt I'm wearing. Do we think that I can wear blue eyeliner? Why not? It's my life. I get to make decisions. It's my party, and I bought this, so I'm going to use it. So, what was I saying, though? This eyeliner is so easy to put on. I'm so glad, because I really want to wear it, but I also am not in the mood, I'm realizing, for hardship. I feel like I should spend more time on my eyeliner, but I don't know where I was. But my husband went and got, like, the acetone kind from the store. I was like, we can't rub my fingers to death like we have been. Thank you, hubby. It got it off really quickly. However, the smell got me. And so I spent like the next hour like nauseous. Didn't love that. And just like the burning, I feel like it was like burning to breathe in. I wasn't wearing like a respirator. Maybe that's what I need to do, is wear a respirator. Long story long, I'm just not happy about all of it, because I really want to have pink fingers. The self-care of it, the feeling of doing the repetition, the painting something's so good for you. It's meditative, so it's good for you. And I'm just like, from beginning to end, having a couple of days of extra discomfort and nausea, headache, whatever symptoms, you know, and whatever risk that's also involved for me of like, oh, what if I do something wrong? And I'm so absent-minded. I could do something really stupid. I have many times with many things. We have to call poison control. Something gets in my eye, it hurts. I tend to be more absent-minded and things like that. So I'm just like, is it really worth it? is it really worth it for like a couple days to have pink fingers? And maybe not right now. Maybe, you know, my absent-mindedness has gotten better, and my like being forgetful and my disassociating a little bit, like all of that's gotten better. So maybe it'll get even more better at some point in my life in the next year or two or whatever, and I'll feel like it's worth it, and maybe I'll get a more iron stomach. But also I've spent many years doing my nails, and maybe it's also okay for me not to do that anymore. Like, I did lots of my nails for years, and that was a fun thing. Maybe now I can do something else that's fun. You know, like, be diverse, Tara. Do something different. I was having a moment of being like, why does everyone else get to do this? Why did me from the past get to do this? And now I really want to. And I feel like I need to make a wiser decision and let it go. You know? I just did my eyeliner like down. That's different. I did not mean to do, well, I'm gonna pretend like I did mean to do it, okay? Well, you know, they're sisters, not twins. Let's do eyelashes. This is a really quick, like it almost is like over too soon, you know? Like I'm doing my makeup and I'm like, wait, I want to do it more. I was enjoying this. Anyways, that was me today and what I was talking about to myself and then to my husband, and he was being, you know, nice and trying to listen and then be like, well, is there anything else that we can do? Are there any other options? Or I feel like I'm fighting for something that I don't really need to be fighting for. And the reason I want to do it is, you know, because it makes me happy and I want pink fingers, but is there something else that makes me happy? Just as happy, if not, you know, more happy. I don't know. I might try one more time. I do have bright pink nail polish that I haven't gotten to wear yet. That my husband just bought me so that I could try out nail polish. He bought me a blue pair, the bluish, greenish, iridescent one that I showed you, and then he got me a quick dry one. I used to use it all the time. That I think it's called Insta Dry, and he got that in hot pink and a purpley, shiny color as well. So I had all of like my favorite colors to choose from and try. On another note, I had the best day of my life yesterday. That's really what I should be telling you about, because I tend to, you know, I don't like to talk about it. Only I talk about it all the time, is that I tend to have a hard time with thinking through and also regulating my own emotions right now with like groups of people and friends and things like that. So I'm just trying to give myself a little bit extra time and not put too much pressure on myself, and, you know, stick close to friends that understand and are forgiving and are patient and understand or try to be understanding. Talked about that 1,000 times, that, you know, people don't have to understand or be in your situation to be understanding. I had some friends who were doing like a little Zoom thing. Ooh, you know me in cars. So that was like something that I got invited to, that I was like, oh, I can totally, you know, make that. I was not having a good day. I was spiraling the most. So I definitely had to take care of that to at least an extent, so that I wasn't like spiraling crazy on other people or not being present and enjoying what I could be enjoying. I need lipstick. Anyways, I feel like it's specifically the red with the eyeliner is like, did I do too much? Oh well. I got myself together a wee bit and went ahead and hung out with some people, some friends that I already knew and some new friends. And oh my goodness, was it the best day of my life? Absolutely. So thank you to everyone who let me hang out and be cool with them for the day. That was special. I was supposed to be doing some filming and working and things like that, and I was like, you know what? We're gonna live some life, especially because I'm in such a bad mood and, you know, so sad. Having some friend time and talking and being social lift my mood that way. Really need to take advantage of those times. And oh my goodness, what a decision. What a best decision I made. And, you know, I'm supposed to be filming right now for Vlogtober. I really wanted to do it, and I'm like, there's no way. There's literally, I feel like whenever I do the red lipstick, it always gets on my teeth. But I don't see it. Is it a lie? Do you see it? I don't see it. Okay. So this one time I didn't? whatever. Now onto hair. Plug her in, plug her in. Did I do everything? I see that was too quick. I feel like I didn't do everything. All my makeup is back in the makeup mug. It's amazing how fast these things heat up. Thank goodness. Anyways, I had a great day yesterday, and I was, you know, spiraling, and on top of that, I was also stressed and putting pressure on myself because I really wanted to do Vlogtober, and hello. It's like putting out videos every day. I mean, you can do any version of Vlogtober you want, really. You can do anything you want in the world, you know. That's your oyster. Anyways, and I wanted to do every day-ish. And I'm like, I barely do anything every day. What makes me think that I can work every day? Work, as in, you know, make a video and film and edit every day and put one out every day. So I was like, well, maybe I can do it if I get a little ahead and just plan. Be really strategic. Be really smart about it. And now I'm like, maybe not. Oh, wait, but do we like her all nice and poofy and curly and crinkly? We do, but we'll only like it for like an hour, and then we're gonna be like, okay, enough of that. Anyways, as I was saying, I'm trying to get ahead in life and do some filming ahead of time, and that's what I was supposed to be doing yesterday. I didn't, so I think, though, I definitely picked the right choice, and I'm sorry if you disagree, and you were like, actually, I wanted that video that you were gonna make while you were sad. Didn't we all? Anyways, that's really my update in life, is I really wish that I had pink nails right now, and I don't. They're just plain old. Unless my entire soul can't take it and I must have pink nails. You never know which one wins out with me, you know? Sometimes it's worth it. And then sometimes it's not. I also am thinking a lot about, like, when I was younger. I feel like I lived a lot of life. I pushed to live a lot of life, and my, you know, people around me pushed for me to have a lot of life, which also makes sense because they didn't know and understand how sick I was. And really, did I? No. Anyways, and how dangerous some of the things I was doing were for me, and how they, you know, I don't like to think about my life that time too much like that. You know, we live and we learn, we move on. I didn't know. Did the best I could with what I know. But I did do a lot of things, and I got to go places. I've done a little bit of traveling. I had fun, you know, learning a little bit of languages, going around town and making friends with different people and hanging out and learning their family and culture and life. I volunteered for things and construction, and I went to amusement parks and had friends and swam in lakes. I don't even really like lakes. I didn't then, and I still don't. So that's good to know that I really haven't changed that much. And one of the benefits of living some life and me feeling like I had experienced some fun and things and whatnot is that now I don't feel so bad and so much pressure to do things now, because I'm like, I did that. I did it, I had fun, and now I can have a different experience and a new experience, and that'll be fun and different too. And, you know, and I can do something within my, you know, limits, my boundaries, whatever makes me comfortable within my comfort level. You know, it's not even like, oh, my comfort zone, but, you know, something that isn't going to put me in a lot more pain or whatever. And I am glad to do that. And now one of the things that I'm having so much fun doing and living life and diving into and able to do within my comfort zone and have control and do on a good day or a bad day or whatever is hanging out here with you. Thank you. I'm having fun. How about you? Just nod and be like, yeah, we're having fun too. And I get to do Vlogtober and make fun videos with my husband and enjoy and almost bring back in a different way all of the OG YouTube that I used to watch with all the fun things. There are some people who still do things that feel like OG YouTube, and I want to be one of them. Also, I've been doing other fun things, like I made that Tamagotchi shirt. I also had some fun painting paintings. That's fun. You know, I was one of those kids that grew up and was like, oh, I'm gonna be an artist one day. That's what I would love to do. I love to draw. I want to be an artist. But I was never that good at it. I never learned the basics. And, you know, someone trying to teach me something, and I was like, excuse me? I didn't ask for you to teach me. Why are you telling me what to do? You're taking away my power, my creativity. You're not validating me for what I've already done and learned. So I didn't learn the basics. I did not take some of those opportunities that I could have. And now as an adult, hyperfixate on it really is what I did for months. And now I have fun. And now I can make some things that like, look nicer and whatnot. And some things I just am enjoying the process still. And it doesn't really matter to me as much if it doesn't come out as nice as I possibly could have done it. Or do things like, I don't know, like people really like realism, like it should look like the picture or even more clear than the picture. Like you should be wondering if AI made it. Or people really like the really abstract and colorful. And I love all of those things as well. But I find that what I actually make is like very much in the middle. I don't want to make something that's already made, and realism is something that's already made. It's already real. But overall, I find that it's mostly just the process that I like. And a lot of my paintings, I don't want to keep around. I'm like, oh, I like it and I like the way it turned out, whatever. But that was it. I got my fulfillment from the process and making it and being like, cool. And then I tend to continue to paint over things or, put them somewhere. I've put them in a couple of libraries. I feel like I've definitely slowed down in painting, and I would like to pick it right back up, but we don't have enough space, really. So to do that the way that I want to, that's comfortable for me. Okay. Anyways, so I've tried it and I was like, yeah, that's not worth it right now, but I would like to. I think even if we had like a living room area, at the least, that I'd be able to make it work. I was just thinking about me being like, oh, I was so sad. And I just wanted to say I had reason to be, okay? Stuff going on, like some family emergencies and whatnot. You would think that we are not the first person that someone would think of in a family emergency to help or have to rely on. And that is true with good reason, that people are like, you guys, you're not reliable for anything, but that's hurtful to hear. Or is it actually completely true? We have made sacrifices and moved things around so that we can be there for things that we feel like we can be. And to the extent that we can be, me or just my husband or me and my husband. It's hard for me to just be okay with that limitation all the time, especially because I don't know, like in community and stuff, I want to be active and helpful, and same thing in, community, family, friends, whatever. Like I said, I've spent time when I was younger doing volunteer work and stuff and things of the sort, and I would love to be able to do those things again, or at the least be able to be there when, a friend or family member is going through something. So it's just like a double-edged sword. And then I think too, just because of my disability, and if they know anything about it or have been around it a little bit, then they're like, oh yeah, they just kind of count me out. Makes me not want to share as much about how hard of a time I'm having sometimes, because then I feel like I'm counted out when I didn't need to be for things that I'm like, no, I can do that, or we can move things around, or but they're like, no you can't, and it's like, well, now you're putting a limitation on me that isn't actually there. Or I feel like obviously it's not gonna be like, oh, we appreciate so much the lengths that you've gone through to be here and to do this, because it's like, no, you shouldn't even be here. Why are you doing that? We're not even gonna ask you to try. Or if I'm like, oh, I can do this, I just need to do this and this, they're like, oh, no. It's like, what do you mean? It doesn't affect you at all if I have to do a little extra work or have to have some backup plans or whatever so that I can be good and present for a couple hours with someone. So 6 one way, half a dozen another. Either I tell people and try to have them understand, or whatever. And either way, they don't really understand. And then it doesn't always turn out the way I want to, which, not that I can control someone else's reactions, not that I even want that kind of responsibility, but it would be nice to have like something other than that, That's my rant and raves, and I was sad at my limitations and the limitations that I felt like was being put under me, and then just thinking about the future and what is that gonna look like, and what if there were things that I wanted to take on, like what if I wanted to take on having a kid, or we have 5 billion parents still alive that are getting older, and I think about them and how do I deal with my disability and with being supportive to them. and being an asset, and also not doing things against my health. I worry about these things even though I don't really need to at the moment. I still do. Also, do you get hot when you flat iron your hair? Someone turn on the air conditioning. I also sweat when I talk about things that bother me, so maybe it's just that. That's great. I hope that you are enjoying Vlogtober so far. I am. I'm very determined to do this and it be the fun that I imagine it to be in my head, you know? And I don't need to have pink nails for Vlogtober. I've also been cleaning out my closet, very excited, and I've been just as quickly filling up my cart online of all the things that I want. I'm like, I'm cleaning it out so I can get this. I'm done. I feel like I'm finally seeing that my hair is growing. Thank goodness. I am now ready to face another day as me, living life. I'm feeling better. My hair's done, my makeup's done, and we talked about some good stuff. That was just, it was weighing on me, and now it's not. I got it out. Thank you.